This is Angela LOWSUTEA, president. I'm very happy to meet everybody again to kind of start of our webinar. We had quite a people from Hawaii, Los Angeles, Vancouver, Hong Kong, and different places. So is again is a good thing that we have in the sense of people tend to continue like to understand a bit more. Now, the reason why we have this webinar is there's a certain reason, because I found a lot of people who actually went to see the doctor and they say, Andrew, the doctor said, I'm pre-diabetic now, or I'm already diabetic. He asked me, well, you better start controlling your diet, don't eat too many sweet. But I really have no idea how I'm going to do that. And that was the real thing that I would say 80% of my new pre-diabetic and diabetic patient who come to see me started LOWSUTEA has a similar question asking, well, I don't really know what it is. And so I thought that would be very important to basically provide, some answer for many of our pre-diabetic and diabetic patients who are new to, their disease understanding. So that's the reason why I start off with this webinar. And I think that will be something that will be meaningful for many of them if that is that possibility. Help them to better understand how can I better help them to prevent the disease go more serious. And what will be the tips to kind of help them to control. And so I think if we do that, they can start off very early, not even get to the diabetic stage, already know what to do. So that's what this webinar is all about. I think there will be a very good thing and to learn about some of the tips and technique. 各位朋友，我係 Angela LOWSUTEA President， 你好。嗱，今日點解會講呢個節目咧？其實好有解嘅，因為咧我翻咗80%我嘅病人咧，就算係前期患病或者糖尿已經患病咗一段時間。咁醫生話俾你聽，喂，你已經係前期患病啦，糖尿病啦。咁其實咧，大多數咧都話，哇，好驚訝，係點解會咁嘅？咁然後咧就，咁我應該做啲乜嘢啊？有啲去到10啦，即係個 blood sugar 已經去10度，或者已經去到180度嘅情況下咧，喺美國朋友咧，佢哋都唔知道應該做啲咩嘅。咁80%係好高喎。咁所以咧，同埋差唔多好多地方咧都冇一個所謂叫做政府啊或者咩機構咧，俾一個 continuing education。嗱，好多時咧佢話 OK， 你去聽堂書啦。咁但係聽堂書個時間係1個鐘頭，講嘅好快，佢哋亦都吸收唔到，咁就好慘嘅喎。即係變咗嚟講，就算講晒之後，我都唔知你講乜，咁好弊。咁所以咧，呢個 seminar 咧會係幫助各位 better understand 係乜嘢嚟嘅。咁所以今日咧，我就希望由呢1個鐘頭裏邊咧講咗 information 啦，咁最低限度咧你有一個多了解。So today, what I really want to tell you folks is, if you can, if I'm pre-diabetic, can I turn around, not become a true pre-diabetic patient, or would I be at least turn around, not to continue forward, become a diabetic patient? And the answer is definitely yes, by the way. So today, what I will do is give you that tip. But before I get that, I would like to at least talk about what is really diabetic, because we have quite a few new patients here that I'm not familiar with the name. So I thought that maybe perhaps these people are the one that probably need some catch up. Now, as you know, diabetes is a chronic disease. You really cannot get well. You can only control. So don't let anybody to kind of tell you, hey, I can keep you become, cure. To be honest, you will not able to get cured. All you got to do is just control. Now, you got to control your blood sugar. How do you do that? Really by dieting, cut down your carbs, no more white bread. You have to be eliminate your soda. All that will help you. And the pre-diabetic also will have to control the weight. I found weight is so important because if you lower your weight 10%, cut down 1 point of A1C, and I will tell you a little bit more what is A1C. And you have to exercise. Now, certainly drinking LOWSUTEA definitely will help, and that is something that help you the total control. And we'll talk a little bit more about what is A1C. Now, actually, everybody go through 4 stages of forming from non-diabetic all the way become a diabetes. Now, the 4 stages, the first stage, your cholesterol goes up, LDL, the bad cholesterol goes up. And unfortunately, when the LDL goes up, it damages the insulin B cell. The B cell is supposed to take the sugar into the cells. If they're damaged, they no longer take the sugar. So more B cell come out, it's not going to work. And that's why you get high insulin resistance. And that is very common in the first stage. Your blood sugar can go up. Your cholesterol is also here. When that mix together, your blood becomes thick. And when that blood becomes thick, they will move to stage 2, because that is the most important, because all the whole body vessels are start clogging up. And that plaque is going to increase your blood pressure, because of the fact that all vessels will become less space. And this is the most detrimental problem for all diabetes, because you're going to first see a plaque, no issue, no sign symptom. But after 10 to 15 years, the problem will show, and you will have a tremendous problem with all kind of, problem from diabetes for brain and so forth. We'll talk about a little more. But that is the key that I hope that everybody can understand how serious diabetes is if you don't take care of this, because they'll plug everywhere in the entire body. And the third stage will come because the body, everybody have this protein called hemoglobin, which carry oxygen everywhere in the entire body. And this, every doctor in the whole world will measure this, the amount of percentage of glucose glue into this protein. If you're under 5.7%, you're a normal person. But if you're over 5.7 to 6.4, you already moved to pre-diabetic. And all doctor will see that and will say, hey, Mr. Lau, you are now pre-diabetic. You have to watch your diet. Unfortunately, when you're pre-diabetic, you know what? You have no medication to take you in anywhere. They just ask you to do exercise, diet. But I found, as I said, 80% of our patients do not know what that means. So they tend to don't know what to do. And so they keep the same lifestyle, everything. You know what? In 3 years, if you do nothing, you have a high chances to move yourself to the diabetes. And that's what happened to many of my patients. And that's why I thought it would be very important to get everybody to understand what is pre-diabetic mean. And that is so important. 嗱，各位朋友，其實咧，每一個病人咧，如果糖尿前期患病者去到糖尿病咧，都會 go through 4個階段嘅。第一個階段就係你嘅 LDL cholesterol 咧升咗上嚟。嗱 ，LDL cholesterol 升咗上嚟之後咧，咁咧佢就會 damage 嗰啲咩啊 B cells。B cell 係帶啲糖入去個細胞裏面嘅。啲 B cells 係胰島素出嚟啦，但係咧佢俾呢啲膽固醇成日損壞，咁越出得多都係損壞，咁你開始咧就好多叫 insulin resistance。咁變咗嚟講咧，糖又高，你個膽固醇又高，兩個加埋晒咧，你血就變咁好結。好結咧就去到第二個 stage， 第二個 stage 咧就一結咧就form 咗啲 plaques 啲板塊喺血管係咁塞。嗱，第一年塞冇問題，當你15年後、20年塞咧，你就好多問題出現啦，併發症就係出嚟。所以糖尿病咧個原因係好弊咧，就係因為咁嘅全身去塞。咁咧第三個 stage 就開始出現㗎咯。當你有呢樣嘢，血壓高咗啦，膽固醇高啦。咁依家咧就第三個 stage 係咩咧？就係每一個人咧都有個 hemoglobin， 即係有個叫做糖化血紅嘅蛋白。咁就醫生咧就會 measure 度你有幾多個%嘅糖黐住呢個蛋白嘅。咁如果你係5.7以下咧，你係 normal person；如果你5.7至6.4咧，你係前期患病；過咗6.4咧，你就糖尿病。 個問題咧，你係喺前期患病嘅時候咧，你係冇藥食嘅喎。醫生話俾你聽，Mr. Lau，你而家已經前期患病啦，咁你要自己即係注重身體，唔好食咁多甜嘢啊。但係好可惜，大多數嘅人都唔知佢講乜。佢係會唔食甜嘢啊，但係佢係食飯啦，梗係食麵啦，梗係麵包啦。咁呢啲一樣係同食甜嘢冇分別嘅東西。咁所以咧，血糖咧3年後咧就上咗去，過咗6.4咧，咁你就已經變咗糖尿病啦。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，呢4個階段咧，你係一定要繼續去控制。我哋希望你由第一個階段我已經係話咗俾你聽做咩啊？咁你就可能夠降低你膽固醇啊，降低你血壓啊。咁你連前期嘅患病你都唔去咧，哇 ，that's very good. So what we trying to hear is try to help you folks all understand the 4 stages. And our mission, hope is that we hope that we don't even get you from the stage 1, we caught you already. So you start doing all the work, cut down your cholesterol, cut down your blood pressure. You don't even get to the stage 3 of pre-diabetic. Or even if you have stage 3 in the pre-diabetic, you will continue to pre-diabetic for years to come, 20 years. If you are always on pre-diabetic 20 years, well, I did my job, because you never got to diabetes. You were not going to have all these diabetic complications. So I think I did our job to help you to eliminate the cost of medicine, the seriousness, sickness. Wow, that is wonderful. And that's what our objective is here, what we do. And that's why we spend all these effort to educate you folks. So you understand. So really, at the end of the day, why you drink LOWSUTEA? Well, LOWSUTEA has a couple of things that really neat. One, there are 2 things in LOWSUTEA as guava leaves, which delay the absorption of sugar entering the blood vessels. So you have less sugar in the blood vessel. Then bitter melon has a very unique property. It actually will increase the sensitivity of the insulin, so the insulin will take the sugar into the cells. And then they also dump excess sugar from sugar, cholesterol, and sodium from the urine. They dumped it out instead of waiting, putting it back to your body. So net result, your sugar go down, your cholesterol go down. When your sodium go down, your blood pressure go down. And many people using our product, they tend to also have the leg swell or disappear. And they will say, wow, my legs can become better. The reason is because they dump the sodas out, so end up they have less, swelling of the leg, ankle area, because the sodium are decreased, and the blood pressure also came down, and they also have a chance of detox. Isn't that wonderful? So 去糖茶咧有2個好嘅東西喺裏邊，第一個就係叫做番石榴葉。番石榴葉係做咩咧？係幫啲糖遲咗佢。去吸入血管，咁佢唔吸入血管，你咪少咗糖喺血管裏面啦。但係苦瓜有個好特別嘅嘢，就係增強咗胰島素敏感度，就帶翻啲糖入去個細胞裏面。但係如果多咗出嚟嘅話，佢就喺個尿糖掉出嚟，同埋仲有一個係個 cholesterol 掉埋出嚟，即係膽固醇。然後咧最後咧就係佢掉埋啲鹽出嚟。當啲鹽掉出嚟咧，血壓就會降低。同埋仲有一樣係好正嘅排毒，咁呢個係即係去糖茶一個特別好，咁仲有好好飲啦，咁好重要啦，呢個亦都要知道啦。咁啦 ，if you say I didn't do anything and the vessels are continue to plug, you remember stage 2, it plugs everywhere, right? So what's going to happen is you're going to have a chance of risk of stroke, your cataract may be an issue, or eyes. I have people with 40-something years old, engineer or whatever, young folks. I was surprised. They already have diabetic eyes, which they have cataract and also glaucoma forming, mainly glaucoma. So they will start getting blurred vision. And on top of that, if you really don't do well, lost control, most likely you're going to have very high chance, 40-60% of diabetic patients will get heart disease, like heart attack. And majority of them will have nerve damage. Matter of fact, the pre-diabetic patients already started nerve damage. your skin gonna get dry, your feeling of the leg is gonna a lump, and then on top of that, you're gonna start getting nerve pain sometime. So this can be serious, you know, because many of these people even go bowel movement cannot do it because all these gut will be affected. So that can be a very serious item for many people. And also the blood pressure is high, over 130, and the vessels are damaged because it's hardened. And then if you get hurt, you don't feel it become infected, you're going to end up to amputate. And 70% of patients will have some form of diabetic kidney disease. And if you are not doing that right, control this kidney disease, you might have a real problem, because at the end of the day, you will end up actually become a person require, you know, issue of the, you know, keep deteriorating. You end up, you know what? You have to do dialysis, and that will be terrible. You have to, you know, go to hospital or CAPD. Well, your life will be all basically pretty much, quality of life is substantially decreased. So you don't want to go on that road. Then 30% of the patients are also lack of sex because they cannot feel. So 30% have no sex only because they can't feel. And pregnancy, if you are gestation diabetic, that will be another issue. Many people have that problem, okay? And they become a serious diabetic because they used to be gestation diabetic, eventually turn. So all that potential complication is real if you don't take care now, because it will come about 5-10 years afterward. Those are come. Once it came, you can't reverse it. Even though as you're moving toward that, you cannot reverse it, because the sad part is your blood vessels are continued to plug throughout your lifetime. So that is a real issue. OK， 嗱，各位朋友，如果你乜嘢唔做咧，個問題會出現好多種嘅併發症啊。第一就要你唔記得嘢啦，因為腦塞咗之後就好多時咧唔記得。我你有婆婆問你食咗飯未啊仔？哇，問咗10幾20次好煩喎。其實唔係，因為佢真係唔記得咗。咁你仲有中風經驗啦，同埋仲有青光眼啦，仲有你心臟病啦，變咗心臟病係一個好大問題喎，因為你血管可以塞啊，一路塞晒。咁你心臟病嘅時候咧，咁你個心唔 work 咧，咁你就乜都玩晒完噶咯。嗱 ，nerve damage 咧係一個大問題啊，好多人都唔知呢樣嘢。nerve damage 咧即係神經系統損壞咧，又 affect 咗全身喎，唔係淨個腦喎，佢仲有個胰臟啊，或者你個胃啊，所有啲嘢咧都 affect 咗。咁有陣時去大便都難啦，因為你冇感覺啊，咁仲有冇性功能都喺度 affect 到嘅。咁血壓又高啦，血管硬化啦。如果你損壞咗隻腳咧，你 feel 唔到，你唔會理啦。咁你嘅腳發炎咗，你就會變 gangrene 啦。哇，弊啦！你第時就斬咗個腳啦。咁仲有咧，糖尿病咧係會影響腎嘅，腎功能衰退。咁70%咧都糖尿病有啦，都有腎衰退嘅衰竭嘅問題。咁到你30%你就洗腎咧就好慘啦。即係我希望你唔好去呢度啦。咁同埋咧，仲有30% 嘅糖尿病人咧係冇性功能，因為佢冇感覺。咁仲有咧，如果你係懷孕啊，依家有個叫 gestation diabetes， 咁你係好翻喎，但係遲啲你都可能有嘅喎。咁呢個咧你就要注意啦。所以呢啲咧全部係咧，我哋一定要知道點去控制我哋嘅糖嘅病人。嗱，我哋咧公司咧就好特別嘅，我哋唔係淨係教你去淨係食嘢，因為好多公司出邊咧就係教你點食糖。就係降低你嘅食品嘅碳水化合物 OK 啦，咁其實唔係，因為你仲有幾樣嘢要注重嘅。第一，嗱飲去糖就好緊要啦，要食我俾啲 low carb 嘅低碳水化合物食品嘢俾你去食啦，你要做運動啦 ，weight control 啦，同埋即係磅數 control 控制啦。咁就話教練管理嘅。我哋公司特別一樣就教你咁嘅，有5個 program 教你嘅。呢個係最希望咧，如果你就 A1C 係10咧，我都希望你跌到5.1 ，OK，5.7 或者5.7%，咁你就變係 normal person 啦。So our company is very different compared with all the people outside. Basically, majority people outside is teaching you mainly diet control, but maybe you might not actually know the entire concept. how to manage your diabetes. So managing diabetes is so important by not only understand dieting, but also we have to know about exercising, know about weight control, know about how to measure your blood sugar, which way, how to document all that, and trace what you eat, what you actively, so you can continue to maintain your blood sugar, even as high as A1C as 10 and above. I saw many patients drop down to under 5.7 or 5.7 or between 5.6 to 5.7. We have a lot of patients able to do that. So I hope you can do that. So if you can continue to base on this stage with the A1C of a 6 to 5.7, I think you'll be wonderful because all the complications of diabetes are eliminated. So I will highly encourage everyone from our group here can able to do that. I will show you how. So today, our topic is really important because we'll teach you how to turn a pre-diabetic patient, get back to the normal. Well, if you even a diabetic, no problem. We will turn you back to the pre-diabetic stage and hopefully stay there for a long time. And then you can achieve better health. And that's us today's topic. 今日咧，我係俾好多 tips 咧，能夠你更加健康咧，保護你、保持你嘅前期患病，係咪可能夠調翻轉頭，等你係變咗係一個普通人一樣咧？係可以嘅，呢個 good news 啊！咁今日咧就好多 tips 教呢樣。咁我就依家患咗糖尿病咧，得唔得㗎？得，只係你係冇去做嘅啫。所以今日咧有好多好嘅 tips 咧 for you。OK， so even you are diabetic or pre-diabetic doesn't matter. If you can able to act now, you can actually turn it around for yourself to be a normal person. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, many of our pre-diabetic, diabetic patients come to see me, ask me for help. Many of them are telling me that, hey, you know, Andrew, the doctor was telling me I'm diabetic or telling me I'm pre-diabetic. And they were usually very surprised. And they really do not know what needs to be done. That's the sad part. They tend to be, you know, kind of, what do I do? I'm already not eating sweet. But usually the doctor already told them, you know, you should not eat too much sweet. You gotta, you know, basically watch your health. But no specific for them to kind of absorb, or they are already very shocked during the time when they heard about their pre-diabetic or diabetes. And many of them also reject that. They don't believe it. They say, how can it be? I'm so young. Like one of my engineers. They said, I cannot be a diabetes because I'm only 40 years old or 40-something years old. But the reality is nowadays, many young folks, matter of fact, one of my listener here who is a diabetic educator in Hawaii, she was saying that now she saw many people, even younger than 40 years old, already diabetes. So we can see that also in Hong Kong, in USA, many young folks already become diabetes because the diet, they don't exercise, they tend to be just sit around, and also could be the family genes already put them in that stage. So all that, they have to change their lifestyle. If they're able to achieve change lifestyle, you know what? They will not convert. But if they forget about changing lifestyle, continue as it, the chances of convert is very high. So today's webinar is basically help you to better understand how to prevent your conversion to be from a pre-diabetic to diabetic, or even you're diabetic, no problem. We can get you to convert back to a pre-diabetic stage and continue to maintain a better health. 各位朋友，好多醫生話俾你聽，劉先生，你依家已經係前期患病咯，咁咧你就應該要減食啲甜嘢啦，記住保持身體健康啊，咁啊降低血糖啊，知道嗎？嗱，好多病人咧。第一聽呢句説話嘅時候已經好驚咯，我點做啊？唔知我唔食甜嘢㗎啦，但係佢繼續食飯，繼續食饅頭，繼續食麵，繼續食好多白麵包，係同你食甜品係一樣嘅嘢。所以係好多人咧係冇 idea 呢樣嘢，所以其實咧好重要咧，即係要多了解啦，同埋咧 係點能夠令到佢生活咧習慣啊，同埋你所有嘅方式咧改變咗佢。如果唔係咧，3年後咧你就轉咗糖尿病。嗱，其實我好多病人咧都係咁樣嘅喎。第一入嚟傾嘅時候咧，哇好驚啊！佢接受唔到個 information。第一，第二，就算醫生講咗之後 send 咗你讀一堂書啊，1個鐘頭我都聽過啦。其實裏邊嗰啲人咧，全部都係出咗嚟之後都唔知講乜。咁所以其實咧，點解我講咁多啲書咧，就希望你繼續入腦聽多啲，咁你就可能夠記得咩嘅有前期患病，咩嘅有糖尿患病，咁你先能夠可能夠保護你自己，唔會變咗一個好差嘅糖尿患病者同好多併發症。So really at the end of the day, after all these lectures, we hope you can able to understand clearly what is pre-diabetic, what is diabetes, and how do you determine that, and what is the progression of it, so we can give you a real baseline so you remember all the time, and we'll keep repeating that over and over again. You will sink in. Because if not, you will be continue to do the same thing, whatever you're doing. I can tell you the chances for you to get to the third to the diabetes is extremely high. So I hope we can able to provide this training or education. You can not move to that stage, or if you have diabetes already, can reverse back to pre-diabetic stage. Now, so question is, what is pre-diabetic? The pre-diabetic is your blood sugar is basically your A1C in percentage is 5.7 to 6.4. A normal person is below 5.7. As I mentioned, all doctors are measuring the hemoglobin and amount of percentage of sugar attached to this hemoglobin protein. And if this hemoglobin protein is more than 5% attached, and it will always measure in 3 months average, it's very accurate, then you are pre-diabetic all the way to 6.4%. This range, everybody in the whole world, all doctors will measure this A1C. So it's so easy to ask the doctor, what is my A1C? And the doctor will say, well, you are 6.3. Then you are very close to the 6.4 range. So if you don't do anything, you know what? You will convert. Once you go to 6.5, you are diabetes. So every doctor will measure HbA1c. Now, the sad part is, even though you're pre-diabetic, matter of fact, majority of the people as high as A1C up to 10% will be asymptomatic. In other words, they have no symptom. I feel okay. I have no problem. And the sad part is, because you continue to do the same thing, you know, exercise, you eat the same stuff, and then you also continue to have the weight, no change, but even add more weight, then net result in 3 years, the chances of conversion is very high. So I hope once you start understand your A1C is over 5.7 or within the 6.4, I hope you all take action, take seriously to start changing the lifestyle and the habit. Now, a lot of my patients really at the end of the day, because they change lifestyle, you know what? They really develop a habit and they say, wow, you know, I feel a lot more happier. My weight went down. My knee doesn't hurt anymore. My blood sugar gone down. My cholesterol gone down. My blood pressure got down. And many of them came back and say, I felt much better. I felt cleaner. I felt healthier. And that lifestyle change took about 2 to 3 months. Once they did that, they got in, they can do it. And you can do it too. So please try to make sure, do that, take action. I think definitely you'll be okay and you can do that。嗱，各位堂友，好重要，第一要知道咩嘢叫做前期患病咧？嗱，其實咧，所有醫生都係會用呢個方案咧，係話俾你聽，你係咪前期患病？就係呢個叫 HbA1c， 就係呢個叫做血紅糖化血紅素，糖化血紅素係 A1c 幾多個 percent， 幾多 percent 啲糖黐咗呢個係紅血球呢個嘅 protein。咁如果你係5.7嘅 percent 以上至6.4咧，你喺前期患病，個醫生度呢樣嘢嘅。所以咧，你見到醫生就係醫生，你可以話俾你聽 A1C 係乜嘢啊？嗱，如果佢知道 A1C 咩咧，哇，好做啦，因為咧你就知道已經6.3咯，或者6.2咯，好近噶咯。咁你真係要做嘢啦。其實好簡單嘅呢個嘢問出嚟，但係好可惜咧，大多數啲人都冇問，亦都唔知，或者知道 A1C 係乜嘢，但係冇問嘅醫生幾多度。咁變咗嚟講冇解喎，唔知道係咪？咁但係咧，原來咧好多人咧係去到10度 A1C 啊，即係 10% 啊，佢都係冇感覺嘅喎，即係冇問題嘅喎。咁我因為係食好多嘢，我磅數係咁大，我肚腩邊係咁大，同埋仲有咧我係唔係好做嘢，冇 exercise 嘅。咁 end up 其實咧佢個病重咧就越整越高，越整越難去 reverse。OK。咁我希望咧，如果你個個係知道我嘅 A1C 係幾多咧，咁我可以飲去糖茶啦，我教你做運動啦，有 diet 啦，有 weight 有個磅數控制啦，咁我係能夠 reverse 咗你個 pre-diabetic 去翻普通人，或者你停留喺嗰度都係6或者5點幾。嗱，我咧好多年呢幾年咧，其實由6.9跌到6.1，6.1就跌到5.9，又上翻去6.1。呢方面咧係走嚟走去嘅，但係 at least 我依家係 static， 唔會繼續上去。呢個係一個好好嘅東西。我希望我更加努力啦，因為我依家見到自己，如果我減磅更加多咧，我嘅 A1C 係更加多啲嘅。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，我係要繼續努力。其實呢個係一個長遠嘅工作嚟嘅，亦都係一個可以講係 journey。So let's do this together. You and I will do it together.To make sure A1C drop below 6%, okay? So if you can, the good news is if you can change your lifestyle in dieting, exercising, weight control, and so drink LOWSUTEA, you have a very good chance to reverse your A1C, go all the way down to 6 or below. And as mentioned, I had that problem. My A1C was 6.9. A doctor was saying that you don't control yourself. I'm giving medication, and from then on, you're all diabetes. I scared. I start act. So I drive my A1C all the way 6.1. And then I found out that if I lose some more weight, my A1C become 5.9. Wow, that was the trick. Besides dieting, besides exercising, my weight has to also go down. So when I did that, I feel good. I feel energetic. And my A1C was 5.9. So I am kind of go back and forth now between 6 and 5.9. But that's okay. You got to continue to do that. And you and I can able to lower your A1C. So I hope you take action so you won't be convert in 3 years. If you don't, you can convert in 3 years. Now, in diabetes, if you're pre-diabetic now, doctor said you are pre-diabetic. So, but the thing is, because you're only pre-diabetic, you are not in disease stage yet. So they are not consider you to give you medication. And by the way, there are no medication for you. But in the world right now, they are now thinking about getting medication. But probably take some time before they get that. So you really need to figure, how can I determine at this stage I'm pre-diabetic? There are a couple more tests or 3 more tests they will do. 1, they do a impaired fasting glucose. In other words, don't take any food for 8 hours or 12 hours, depends on the place. And then early in the morning, when you go to the lab, they prick your finger, or they draw blood and take a look, how's your blood sugar? If your fasting blood sugar is between 5.6 and 6.9, so you are considered the pre-diabetic. Now, this is at one point testing. It's not quite all the way that accurate, but with a couple more tests to confirm you. So also, if you are United States, will be 100 over 124 milligram per dil. That's what they check. Okay, you appears to be maybe in that range now. But there's also another test that's very important. It's called the glucose tolerance test, GTT. What they do is in 2 hours, you have drink a 240 ml of sugar water with 75 grams of sugar in that water. And they take the blood sugar after 2 hours. If your blood sugar is between 7.8 to 11, you are millimole per liter, you are diabetic, or 160 to 200 milligram per dil, you are diabetic, pre-diabetic, you are pre-diabetic. So that is considered a very important test, the GTT, to help you to determine whether you are a pre-diabetic. Now, most doctors actually will be either doing a lab or ask you to go to the lab to do that. But that is also a very important confirmation, whether you are pre-diabetic or you are diabetes yet. The third is more accurate now, is really A1C, because A1C measure a 3 months average. So that is the kind of measurement you want to have, measure a average, 3 months. What is your blood sugar is going to be in percentage. So these 3 lab tests will consider a very accurate assessment. You are pre-diabetic or you are already diabetes. If you're over 6.4, sorry, you are really diabetes, okay? So when you go to the doctor, maybe you can first make sure they will check the A1C, because majority doctor will check, and you ask the question, okay? 嗱，各位朋友，其實如果你前期患病，你係點樣度呢樣嘢出嚟嘅咧？嗱，度呢個咧就多數咧係會 check 3個東西嘅。第一個東西係咩啊？就 check 咗空腹血糖。如果你嘅空腹血糖咧係5.6至6.9 millimole per liter 咧，咁咧多數咧你已經開始已經有跡象係似係前期患病喎。咁醫生咧會做多一個叫做 GTT， 就飲好甜嘅葡萄糖嘅水，係有240個毫升嘅75 gram 嘅糖水俾你飲嘅。咁然後2個鐘後咧去度你血糖。如果你血糖係7.8至11.1咧，咁你已經係好冇晒前期患病嘅咯。咁如果你係仲有一樣嘢咧，佢會度你多個東西咧，就係你個 HbA1c 啦。呢個咧係3個月 average 咧，你都會度到呢個出嚟嘅，就唔會走雞嘅。咁呢3個點咧都知道個數字咧，咁你就知道你係前期啊，又話你已經係糖尿病啦。咁呢個係多數醫生都會咁做嘅。其實 HbA1c 咧係一個好重要嘅 test 啊，記住啊。So really at the end of the day, you may ask, well, okay, now I am a pre-diabetic, so what would be my impact? Now the sad part is, if you're pre-diabetic, if you don't change your lifestyle, and you basically continue to do that in 3 years, and the studies show up, many of these people will convert to be a diabetic. Then the problem will start coming along the way in 5 to 10 years or 15 years. Because then you have problems with heart, kidney, nerve damage, cataract, high blood pressure, and maybe loss of memory. As you know, the 3rd stage now, they said, not the third stage, the type 3 diabetic is Alzheimer's disease. There's a new term coming up now because the brains are all plugged up, cannot remember. So you have that really issue coming along. And almost 60%, if you can able to reduce the chances to be a diabetic, 60% is a high percent, actually 58, I call it 60, easy to remember. So you can able to delay a diabetic onset if you can change your lifestyle. So very important, do change your lifestyle because you could actually able to delay that onset. And that's why I will spend a lot of time working with people, with you, and people ask me at nighttime, send me WhatsApp, they say, hey, Andrew, I have this problem, what do I do? And when they realize they could actually delay, and many of them actually does, they can delay, and they're so happy because they don't have drugs to do it anymore. They have no more insulin, or they can change from insulin to oral drugs. Wow, isn't that great? I have to poke myself every day. And then they have ability, which is measure blood sugar real quick. Wow, that is so easy. So many of them, more and more, they start finding out, oh, wow, a lot of things can be done real good. You can see my Abbott BB, and I had, you can see right here, 5.4. And basically, I drank LOWSUTEA in the morning. And all I do is just got a little gadget here, like this. Click here, I can measure anytime 5.4. So you can do that too. And a lot of people use ability to kind of get themselves, understand where they're at, formulate their habit, and then they are off ability, continue the lifestyle change. Wow, that is cool, because then you can now able to learn what to do and able to not worry about, because you have better understanding and do not worry about changing to be a diabetes. 嗱，各位堂友，其實糖尿病前期點影響你咧？一個好大問題啊！因為如果你 manage 咗3年，你多數轉咗噶啦。咁但係其實咧，你要知道咧，糖尿病係令到你個身體有一個嚴重嘅後患症嘅喎，因為你有心臟病啦，有個腎衰竭啦，有神經系統損壞啦，有青光眼啦，血壓高啦，可能仲有咧，第時唔記得嘢啊，又有呢個中風經驗啦。咁依家咧，我哋有個 new term 咧 ，Type 3 diabetic 就 Alzheimer disease 咁啊，好弊啊！即係呢個人全部係唔記得嘢。咁變咗嚟講咧，係一個好大問題。咁但係如果你咧，如果60%誒轉咗你嘅生活習慣，食嘅又唔同，你 exercise 有減磅，你係會 delay 咗你嘅糖尿病嘅即係嘅併發症，同埋你延遲咗你係去糖尿病呢個風險，咁係幾好啊！我變咗冇病咯，係咪？繼續生活係習慣好。咁頭先我講咗咧，我哋好多朋友咧就用咗呢個雅培嘅呢個 measure 嘅東西，呢個度血糖嘅東西又無痛嘅，咁啊度一度，咁我就呢啲咯。嗱，我依家5.4，我可以讀10幾廿次得嘅喎。咁同埋咧，我哋公司都買呢隻嘢嘅，咁你可以同我哋可以同我哋 order 啦。我依家又好係個月咧同我買嘅，咁啊好喎。佢最低到咧，知道自己係點樣嘅，同埋咧再飲血糖茶係會好幫手啦。所以佢哋好中意咁樣去做嘅原因咧，因為佢係度血糖加血糖茶兩樣一齊，知道係好唔好，咁啊好特別嘅呢個。咁actually another question you may ask, well, who are at risk getting this pre-diabetic? Well, if you are 45 and above, you have a good chance to get diabetes. Also, if your brother, your father, your sister are type 2 diabetic, you can become a diabetes. If you're overweight, you also have that possibility. Matter of fact, you're overweight and you have relative diabetes, you have high chance to be diabetic because you already have the genes in there. But if you are overweight, most likely you are not physically active, inactive, you might not do a lot of exercise, probably diet was not there. So more chances are most likely you will be convert. Plus, if you're a gestation diabetic, if your baby is over 9 pounds, which means a lot of people, if they're gestation diabetic, they also have a high chance to be diabetic. Plus, if you are Asian, because Asian is a high number because of the diet, it rises all the time. So in America, they're African American, Hispanic, all these will be potential also become a pre-diabetic. And eventually, if they do anything, guess what? They will be diabetes. That's really sad. And that's why, if you are in this category, please help us to start acting and become really working to prevent yourself to be a diabetes if you already become that category of potential pre-diabetic. 嗱，各位朋友，前期患病嘅人係咩風險咧？嗱，如果你係45歲咧，咁你就多數已經有一個開始風險咯。仲有一個問題就係你爸爸、家姐、細佬、媽咪係有糖尿病嘅，咁就 chance 你有糖尿病咧又高咯。同埋你仲係肥胖嘅，嗱，呢樣嘢咧，如果你親戚已經有糖尿病，你亦都肥胖咧，你 chance 更加高。因為你肥胖咧，多數你食嘢唔好啦，亦都係你冇 exercise 啦，亦都冇係去減磅啦。咁你好多時咧，好多時咧就 most 咧，你都喺依個 group 裏邊咧係 moving toward 你個 diabetes 嘅，所以一定要注重多啲啦。咁仲有咧，你係在避孕嗰陣時咧，你個 gestation diabetic 咧，當你係有 BB 有9磅嗰隻啊，咁你 most 咧遲啲你會變咗佢嘅，做 diabetes 嘅。咁當然啦，我哋亞洲人咧係好高嘅，同埋太平洋啲人都好高啦，夏威夷啲人啦，因為舊時喺夏威夷做護士嘅時候，哇嗰啲肥到300磅嗰啲，好多係糖尿病嘅。咁佢哋糖尿病咧又好大問題，個腳睇到佢已經好多損壞嘅東西。如果佢哋嗰啲腳唔好咧，割咗個腳好慘嘅。所以我哋見得太多啦，所以希望咧你唔好去呢笪地方。So, really the tips, how can we prevent you become a diabetic? You don't get converted to be a diabetes if you're pre-diabetic. Like, very important, you have to buy a balanced diet. In other words, you have to have a low carb, low calorie diet, okay? And then what is the low carb? Is you should no more than 140 to 200 grams per day of carbs. If you can do that, that will help you tremendously. And you have to eat a lot of fiber diet. You have to also reduce sugar in your food. That's important. And seriously, the sugar, if you cook it with less sugar and you put more spice, you don't feel it if you can do the habit, okay? I used to be always eat my salad has to have all kind of dressing. You know what? When I used to do dressing, but now I don't do that. I just use olive oil and some vinegar. It's the same, but I don't have all the sugar. It's very good. As healthy, it was just as good. So as long as you're willing to change it, you know what? You can do it. And you have to reduce the fried food and saturated fat. In other words, I no longer go to McDonald's, put a lot of chips, French fry. I don't crave for that anymore. So with that, I also reduce high sodium food, French fry, you know. And my meal time is always the same. I eat dinner about 7:30 or 7 o'clock around this time. Is always trying to accomplish that. And also, I drink LOWSUTEA daily. I drink 2 liters of LOWSUTEA. That is the most important. LOWSUTEA, 2 liters per day. Pre and post. Every morning before breakfast, I drank. After breakfast, before lunch, after lunch. Dinner, before dinner, after dinner. And then I drink 2 more glasses after dinner, 1 glass before I sleep. You know what? My blood sugar was way better. I was going down to 5.4, you know, we're about 90 range. It was really good, which I never seen before. But LOWSUTEA definitely help you. 嗱，各位同學，第一個 tips 咧就係健康飲食。你食一個要有 balance diet 啦，即係有菜蔬啊東西啊，咁遲再講多啲呢樣嘢。同埋你嘅碳水化食物咧要係140 gram 至200 gram， 唔多過200 gram 嘅，我一日喎，唔係一個 meal 啊，記住。仲要有高纖維食物啊，然後我食嘅嘢咧全部係有高纖維，因為高纖維令到啲糖咧慢慢接入去，咁你就幾好嘅。同埋咧，我食嘅嘢咧已經唔係好高糖嘅東西喎，我又唔會喺沙律醬嗰度食好多啦，因為我依家用個 olive oil 橄欖油渣醋幾個隻好食 ，OK。仲有咧，我冇咗啲 French fry 啊、薯條啊啲唔食呢啲啦，亦都冇嘅鹽啦，因為你嗰啲唔食呢啲啦。 咁我每日食飯咧，我都係喺7點就即係7點至7點半啦，有啲人6點鐘啊 ，OK 㗎。仲有每日都可以食飯，同埋咧記住每日飲去糖茶，因為去糖茶咧真係有幫助。如果你係一日飲2公升嘅去糖茶咧，你血糖一定會降低嘅。同埋最緊要食飯前飯後飲一杯嘅去糖茶 ，OK？ 嗱。So I actually show you folks, and you should take a picture of this glycemic index meal, okay? Glycemic. Now you can see why I want to do that is because you want to continue get low GI food, so you don't get big sugar spike. Because with here, after 2 hours, your blood sugar food is going to come down. So what is considered low glycemic food? Apple. And also tofu, berries, pear, cheese, and then you have oats, all kind of oats, eggs. Rather than you eat things like white bread, you eat potatoes, you eat things like dan tart, egg tart. All these are rice, certainly plain rice, porridge. All these are high what? Glycemic index, you know, will jack up your blood sugar real high, and you want to prevent that. And so from now on, please try to do low glycemic index food suggestions. So that's why I suggest you folks all take a picture of this, so you know what to eat. Look for. Take a picture, please. I'll take a picture. I'll give you some chance. If you can eat that, I'm pretty sure you already halfway through helping you to continue to lower your blood sugar. So keep that in mind. Now, cupcake, dan tart, all these are not good. Another one is not good is char siu bao, the white bun char siu bread. That will be so high carbs for you. So you want to really lower that because that will jack up your blood sugar, okay? And I have a Chinese version also. So for 香港嘅同朋友咧，你話影咗張相啊，呢個好緊要嘅，因為我哋希望咧，我哋係全部食低升糖食物，好似蘋果啊、芝士啊、菜蔬啊、麥皮啊，呢啲咧全部食呢個咧係幫助你咧個糖會嘣一聲升咗去，然後就落翻嚟。如果你食個叉燒包嗰啲咧就彈得好快嘅。咁呢個係對身10分差嘅，2個鐘後你個糖仲係好高嘅。咁咧你繼續咧糖高嘅點啊？塞血管啊嘛，加埋膽固醇係咪？咁希望咧你依家影咗張相，咁我最低限度咧知道咧原來啲糖咧唔會高，咁變咗嚟講咧你就可能夠咧唔會。所以其實咧，如果你真係糖尿病咧，就唔好食飯啦。我寧願你食啲紅米啊，或者瘦肉啊、麥皮啊，呢啲好嘢嚟嘅。但係就唔好食呢個白飯咧，或者食好多白飯咧，你就多數你嘅問題好大。咁啊，就各位聽友唔該影張相。So please take a picture for the Hong Kong audience so you can able to do that. Apple is very good, pear is very good. 雪梨啊同埋蘋果係 good 嘅 ，OK。So another thing that you have to control is your portion diet. Now, what does that mean? The portion diet is, as I said, whole plate, half a plate, you want to be all vegetable. And quarter plate should be protein like fish, lean meat, and quarter plate with carbs. And the carbs can be also with a lot of fiber carbs like brown rice. Those are very good because high fiber. They're still starch, give you carb, but on the other hand, they have delay absorption because of fiber. And you basically, every time, if you can serve about 20 to 20 gram carb because you have 140 a day, right? So every meal, you have 20 gram carbs, 150 calorie, and you can do that, then you can able to actually measure yourself. Maybe every day you can only eat somewhere between 1,200 or 1,500 calories, then your weight definitely will come down, okay? Plus the carbs is not high, again, you will definitely come down. So basically, your weight will come down, your blood sugar will come down, and make sure that you continue to do approximately 1,500–1,600 calories per day and less 200 gram carbs, then you are very good to control your carb intake and your calorie intake. OK， 嗱，各位朋友，我教咗好多次咧，都係教一樣嘢嘅啫，食一半係全部菜嘅，全部菜嘅。另外一半咧就係另外1/4咧係肉啊，咁就蛋啊或者瘦肉啊。sorry 啊，飲啲水先。我係飲個去糖茶，唔係水啊，去糖茶。So I drank some LOWSUTEA. Very good. It's very delicious. So you always 食個魚啊，就1/4嘅 protein 啦，然後1/4咧就係呢個碳水化合物東西。咁你可以食棗紅米啊，食一啲麥皮啊，呢啲咁嘅嘢咧係好嘅。咁同樣一樣嘢咧，每日咧最好食但係1600個卡路里，1600個1,600啱噶啦。咁同埋咧，你個 carb 咧係 under 200 gram。OK， 嗱，依家你食咩都好咧，其實你而家食出邊食嗰啲咧，多數話俾你聽，我食個蘋果係有幾多 gram carb 嘅。如果唔係咧，你 Google 去 search 下你食嘅嘢係有幾多 carb，咁你就知道啦。咁變咗咧，你就好容易咧計話我係一日可以食到幾多 carb 嘅東西。咁變咗嚟講咧，你就會繼續咧係控制咗佢。OK， 你控制 under 200 gram carbs 咧，你個糖嘅血糖指數一定會好嘅。Okay, the first thing we'll talk about is diet control, and we'll learn a lot about that now. So the second thing you have to do is lost weight. As I mentioned, if you lose 5% weight, you know what? Your A1C will drop 0.5%, 5% point. In other words, your A1C is 7 or 8. You drop 5% weight, will become if you're 8, you become 7.5. If you're 7%, you become 6.5. Wow, that's good. So need to continue drive your weight down, and then how you do that is basically by calories. And then you also exercise to burn off the excess calorie. And you have to track the weight every day or once a week or every other day will be important. Track my weight. I track it every day because every day I weigh myself. So it gives me encouragement. If I'm going up, I know, wow, I somehow have to lower my intake of calories. Okay. So you have to track the amount of food intake and also the physical activities. In other words, did I walk 10,000 steps? So I will check my phone. Wow, I only worked 6,000 steps today. So I have more work to do. So you got to keep tracking and you will be actually very good. So 第二個點咧就係減磅啦。咁點減磅啊？5% 啫，好簡單，唔好減太多住。5個病嘅咧已經係有0.5個 point of A1C 做咗咯喎。咁仲有咧就係我要食少啲卡路里啦，因為少啲卡路里咧，你磅數一定會降低嘅。OK， 咁同埋咧要 keep track 喎，個磅數要 keep track 住啦。你嘅 food intake 啦，你食咗幾多 track 住啦，同埋 activity 你做咗幾多運動咧，又去 check 啦。嗱。當然啦，你個 body weight 咧最好咧就係中國人咧係男士嘅話咧，你係應該係大概18.5咧，或到19咧到25咧係啱嘅。嗱，鬼佬咧係高啲㗎 ，basically 好多時咧鬼佬個係去到25嘅。咁但係咧好多時咧我哋都要知道咧，最好就係 between 我哋喺23咧係中國人係更加 standard 啲嘅23。但係如果你過咗25咧，其實已經肥胖㗎啦，所以呢個要記住，中國人咧係23至24係一個 ideal 嘅 BMI 嚟嘅 ，OK？ 咁如果你肥胖咧，就一定要開始減咯。仲有一樣嘢好重要，你就大肚墩。你個寸數咧，男人咧係唔應該36個寸多過36寸，一定要戒咯，減佢去低過36寸。女士咧就32寸。咁呢個好重要，因為咧，當你有個大肚墩嘅時候咧，你個 insulin resistance 係會高嘅。OK， 好啦，第三 exercise 啦。嗱，你呢個 exercise 好緊要咧，就唔係難做噶。你每日一個禮拜做5次，行30分鐘就夠噶啦。咁你30分鐘咧，你其實咧就最好有啲人幫你一齊行啦，或者唔係咧，你亦都自己去行都得。但係好多時咧，我覺得有人行咧，你更加做得好啲嘅。咁其他活動就係游下水啊、跳舞啊。 或者你買個叫做 Step Master 有個機咧，300零蚊港紙有噶啦，咁你就去搭下咧，就 measure 你幾多下半個鐘頭，咁你知道你咩做咗幾多個step 咧係降低咗幾多 calorie 嘅。咁呢個係一個好重要東西，咁你就可以做到，熱都唔怕，因為你屋企做啊嘛，或者去行水不過都係嘛，所以係 OK 嘅。So the third part is really exercise. You basically is simple. All you gotta do is do 30-minute exercise in every 5 times a week. So total 150 minutes. And if you cannot do this, you say I'm raining, all that, no problem. Do a step master. Walk upstairs if you live in an apartment, or walk around the house is okay. If a step master, you have a step exercise, a small little machine costs maybe $50 to buy, and you can able to do this for half an hour, do the same effect. You can do push-up, it's free. Basically, you can do push-up. All these, and you can use a barbell, do this. You can move arm this way, and then this way. You can do exactly like that with a barbell. And then you can do the step master at the same time. Wow, you can exercise and give you the same effect. So do exercise because that will help you to lower your blood sugar and weight, okay? So the good part is if you exercise, you improve the cholesterol level, you reduce the blood pressure, you control the body weight, and then you actually have more physical strength because when you do that with weightlifting like this, you are actually moving better physical strength. And with that, you know what? You also improve the mental well-being. Your whole body feel better. So keep that in mind, using some barbell to do this. You move up and down like that. You can do that. It's so easy to do. And I want to encourage everybody to do exercise. 嗱，運動仲有其他好處咧。當你運動咧，唔係淨係降糖咁簡單，仲可能降低你血壓啦、膽固醇啦、磅重啦，同埋咧仲有咧就係你個身體咧更加強壯啦，我可以能夠 lift up 多啲嘢啦，仲有身心健康，哇幾好啊！就係 exercise 係十分重要嘅。咁 if you are smoking, I suggest you gotta quit smoking because 30 to 40% smoker most likely get type 2 diabetes because nicotine increase blood sugar level, make it difficult to manage. So quit your smoking, please. 嗱，各位，如果你食煙嘅話，30至40% 嘅食煙人士咧，多數咧變咗係糖尿病病者嘅，原因就係因為咧尼古丁係增加咗你血嘅血液嘅糖上升嘅。咁變咗嚟講咧，你尼古丁增加嘅糖啦，咁你變咗難管制你個糖尿病咯。And also you have to have a good sleep because stress increase blood sugar. So how much sleep I have? 7 to 8 hours per day is so important. Continue able to sleep 7 to 8 hours a day and make sure you have a calm environment to sleep. Keep regular sleeping schedule. In other words, if you sleep every day from 10 o'clock on, sleep at that time, and then get up at 6 o'clock. That's okay. So always do the same thing over and over again. And then on top of that, if you sleep well, you actually also help you to decrease stress and also decrease the blood sugar. And also, if you don't sleep well, you deprive sleep, the chances for you to eat more, stress, and you reduce insulin sensitivity is high. So do not really deny your sleep. Always get plenty of sleep to help yourself. Keep that in mind. OK， 睡眠係好緊要嘅，每個人都要一定要有7至8個鐘頭睡眠啦。如果你睡眠唔好嘅話咧，你會好多 stress， 你嘅即係壓力大咗之後咧，你糖就會上高嘅。咁所以咧，一定係瞓覺嘅時候咧，要瞓得好啦。同埋咧，如果你瞓得唔好嘅話咧，你糖上升，同埋你嘅胰島素咧，亦都會降低咗胰島素嘅敏感度嘅。咁同埋仲有一樣好多時咧，如果你瞓得唔好咧 ，most 你就會想食嘢嘅。係呢個係一個正常嘅荷爾蒙嘅反應。 咁所以咧瞓得好咧就唔使話成日諗住我想食嘢啊，同埋咧好多時候你 stress 亦都會食嘢啦，咁亦都增加你磅數嘅。Also, it's so important. It's good to obtain some patient support group because you are a pre-diabetic, and we have patient support group who can help you. And a lot of people call me, find out what can we do, and we'll help them. And we'll help them if there's some medical information they don't understand. We'll give them some idea what to do. You will refer them to a right doctor, so they can feel much more secure now. We'll give you all the support. And then you can also, through these classes, you start learning what is a pre-diabetic diabetes. So we can manage the diabetic progressions. So that becomes very important. 各位朋友，因為有朋友嘅幫助咧係好緊要嘅。有陣時你都未必覺得哇好悶啊，我唔知係咪點嘅，唔知佢又係咪呢個生病咧？咁我咧有啲朋友咧就話WhatsApp 我咧問，我咁點啊？咁我介紹翻佢咧去睇合啱嘅醫生，咁佢就好 appreciate。on top of that 咧，佢好快會好翻。好似我個engineer 朋友啦，咁佢話哇好似近視喎，哇唔好似近視喎，或者你睇即係Dr. Jane Young 啦，咁佢睇咗之後，哇原來佢唔係近視，佢就係糖尿病啦。咁所以變咗嚟講，揾啱嘅醫生咧係好緊要嘅，佢亦都唔會拖落去，係咪？咁仲有咧，如果你前期患病或者已經糖尿病患者，我哋講呢啲書咧係能夠幫助你學識點管理嘅，同埋有咩問題咧，我哋即刻可以問到醫生有咩問題咧。咁所以能夠咧係幫助你呢個嘅 support 好緊要。其實冇咩公司係幫到呢個 support 㗎，係我哋可以，因為我係護士啦，又識好多醫生啦。咁一兩句嘅問題咧係容易問到嘅，咁我哋亦都可以幫助你嘅。Now, also keep that in mind. If you are pre-diabetic, you have no medication. But if you have diabetes, you do have a medication. But usually, a pre-diabetic already 2 pills are always there already. Usually, the pre-diabetic will also have cholesterol pills or blood pressure pills. And then, but they have no medication to lower the blood sugar yet because they are not a diabetes yet. But you need to start taking your blood pressure or cholesterol pill because that will help you to prevent you to move to the 3rd stage. Don't forget to take a medication, and that's important because pre-diabetic patient, remember the 1st stage is cholesterol going up. So some doctor will already giving you cholesterol pills. And next stage is the blood pressure go up. Again, another pills to come in. So these 2 pills are important. So do take those pills, okay? And then drink LOWSUTEA will help you continue this back to the normal range, okay? So really pre-diabetic patient will have this medication, so stay with it. 嗱，前期患病者多數咧係有2種藥咧係多數會有食先嘅。第一就係個 cholesterol 藥啦，即係個膽固醇藥啦。第二樣係個血壓藥，好多人都有呢樣嘢㗎啦。咁咧第3咧，佢多數咧，因為你唔係前期患病者啊，咁你就未必有呢隻藥食㗎咯，即係冇糖尿病藥喎。咁一去糖茶咧變咁好重要啦。所以咧，其實咧你一定要繼續食呢種藥，就希望由呢方面咧，你降低血糖啦，降低咗膽固醇，降低你膽固醇啦，降低咗你個血壓啦。咁希望咧你就唔會轉咗去糖尿前期患病，因為前期患病係冇藥食住嘅 ，OK？ 所以希望如果你已經有膽固醇藥繼續食，可以飲去糖茶，亦都血壓藥繼續食，亦都飲去糖茶。呢兩嘢咧幫助呢樣咧唔會咁高，你繼續食咧降低你三高嘅問題。So the last tip is really drink LOWSUTEA. So you can able to continue drink LOWSUTEA, lower your blood sugar level, lower your LDL, lower your blood pressure, and detox. Hopefully with that, you are not moving yourself to develop future diabetic complication. 各位朋友，好重要第8個 tips 咧，就係真係飲去糖茶，幫助你能夠有一個健康嘅生活咧，能夠降低你血糖啦，降低你膽固醇啦，亦都降低血壓。咁同埋仲有一樣排毒。呢3樣嘢咧，即係呢4樣嘢都係能夠令到身體咧更加健康嘅，所以繼續去做。So today I hope we give you a very quick and easy understanding what is pre-diabetic and how the patient usually how surprised they kind of ask, oh, I'm diabetes or I'm pre-diabetic. So we gave you 8 tips to help you to continue to maintain that pre-diabetic stage or reverse back before your pre-diabetic stage. That would be wonderful. Very important. First thing, you have to have a healthy diet, lose weight, exercise, quit smoking, get good sleep, get some patient support group, continue to motivate you to do the same thing to continue to lower your blood sugar, weight, and exercise, working together with you. Take a pre-diabetic medication like blood pressure pill, cholesterol pill, continue to do that, and drink LOWSUTEA. With all that put together, the chances for you to change to be a diabetic will be substantial decrease. I hope that you can hear this and start acting. The important is to act because a lot of people forgot to act. End up that they got in trouble. Okay, so do act. Keep in mind, healthy diet, lose weight, exercise, good sleep, and drink LOWSUTEA are very important. And I hope that you guys can all start doing that. And thank you for joining my webinar today and here are the tips. Now, next week for Hong Kong is a holiday, so there will be no webinar until the 17th. So I hope that you can able to start practicing what we taught you today. More important, healthy diet and exercise is easy to do. Lose weight, it will continue to have a, you have to program to work with yourself. When you lower your diet intake by calories, exercise, your weight will go down. So keep doing it, okay? So are there any questions? If you have any questions, I'd love to answer your question now and see whether you would like to write to me. I'm happy to, answer your questions. This is my email here, andy@wafong.com. You can look at our website. So hope that you can continue to practice and lower your diabetic risk. So any questions from the group? Okay, thanks, Amina. Okay, thank you very much, Amina. Appreciate you on your busy weekend. You continue to listen to your webinar. I hope that you can pick up new ideas. And I appreciate all the people who joined me today, pick up some new idea to continue to practice and hope that you will not convert to be a diabetes. So that is so important, okay? All right. If there are any more questions, if there are no questions, then I will say I'll see you on the 17th. We have one day of holiday, which is part of my mid-autumn festival holiday, so we will not have webinar that day. I think on the 17th, our topic will talk about how to protect the liver. And our liver is an important organ. So we will teach you how to protect the liver. It will be very cool. So I'm looking forward to continue work with you. And you need anything, just write to me again or call me if you want to. WhatsApp will be good. And so we'll go from there. All right. So thank you very much. If you need further information, do write to me, andy@wafong.com, or WhatsApp me, it'll be good. All right. Thank you again. Take care. Have a nice holiday. And thank you for spending the time listening to the webinar with me. Bye-bye.